Alright, what's going on, guys? So, as you can see by the title of this video, the RSX is down. It developed kind of a weird issue, which I now know what it is. So when I went to Gridlife, the first session was pretty alright, but then ever since the first session, the car kind of stopped shifting. Like when I tried to shift it very fast, it would just kind of lock me out of gears. Like I'd be trying to downshift into third gear from fourth and it would just not go in. It kind of felt like a clutch just wasn't disengaging, and it essentially kind of screwed me up because I'd be slowing down to 30 miles an hour trying to go into, let's say, like second gear or whatever, and then I would have to leave it in third to take a turn, and obviously I lost a ton of speed doing that. But I have since concluded that the issue is my slave cylinder or my master cylinder. It more than likely is the master cylinder, just because these are notorious to go out in these cars. They have that like dampening valve that essentially is made for the stock clutch to kind of make the engagement a lot easier. But when you're running a 6-puck like I am, obviously all that extra stress is going to kind of damage that valve over time. So I decided to order a brand new OEM master cylinder from Hybrid Racing. I'm not sure if they revalve their cylinders or anything like that. I know that a couple other companies that I'm not going to name sell a master cylinder kit, but the thing is that they literally take like the eBay one that's like the OEM style. They claim to revalve it and they go out within like 5,000 miles, so I really didn't want to do that. So I got the OEM one from Hybrid. But yeah, this also includes the nice braided line, so the pedal feel is a lot better. And yeah, it's just to replace that old, that crusty old rubber line. And then I also got an OEM slave cylinder as well. I'm not sure which cylinder it is specifically that went out, but I'm gonna replace both of them. Just makes a lot more sense to me. I also repaint my RBC in like this nice kind of weathered paint job. It kind of has like these little veins all over the place. Looks pretty alright. It's already scraping off because the hood hits it there, so it's kind of annoying, but yeah, that's kind of not something I can fix. Alright, so I'm gonna just kind of start tearing things apart, just get in there, and this thing is kind of a pain in the butt to do. So we're gonna start dropping the master cylinder. You essentially gotta go underneath where your clutch pedal is here, and then there's gonna be two 12mm bolts, and then there's a pin that you need to pop out with a pair of pliers right there. So after you pop that out, your master cylinder is going to be free. So the bolts for the master cylinder are kind of a pain, so you're going to need one of these voodoo extensions to get to them. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. Right, so I went ahead and pulled the entire thing out as one. Since I'm replacing the line and everything, I don't even care if it got bent or whatever. But we definitely lost a lot of fluid. I did pull all of the fluid out of here just for when I detach the line. I don't want fluid going everywhere. Actual like compartment for the fluid was down about half of where it's supposed to be, so we were definitely losing fluid somewhere. I mean, this is an old unit. This is still the original one, and I mean the car has like almost 170,000 miles on the chassis, so that's never been replaced. So it's either that or the slave cylinder that went, but as you can see, both are in pretty bad shape, so we're going to go ahead and replace them with the nice new ones. Just comparing the two units, the hole that the fluid actually comes into and where the fluid goes into the slave is just reversed on this one. This is I guess like the EM1, EM2 style, which is the best slave cylinder or master cylinder you can get. And then the RSX, you can see they're on the opposite side, and it's also a lot smaller because it doesn't have that dampening valve, so it allows for the fluid to travel a lot faster. This line is also really nice. It's rubber coated, so it doesn't rub against anything and fray or you know, break down over time or anything like that, so that's really nice. And then you also get brand new banjo bolts for the part that goes into the slave cylinder. And of course this clamp doesn't fit. It's too big, so the hose keeps sliding off, so I gotta go get a hose clamp. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, so you know we're in the daily now. We're about to go get the damn hose clamp. So mission accomplished, we got the hose clamps. Now let's get back to the house, finish this install. So the master cylinder won't line up properly because the line hits the back of the firewall there. So we need to get a 90-degree fitting to fit this to then put the line on. So I guess we're gonna run over to a hardware store now. Kind of a false alarm. I actually flipped the hose. I put the banjo bolt side on the master and the other one on the slave. I think it'll work just fine. I guess we'll see. If we run into any issues, I'll just go get a fitting. So I checked the hybrid racing manual, and this is actually how they recommend installing it into the RSX. So that will be good. But I do now have to get a C-clip tool in order to pull that C-clip out, since I need to reuse the OEM rod that comes in the RSX master cylinder for it to all work. So we gotta go get that. Man's in the Accord, got his car all messed up. I guess the lady in front probably slammed her brakes. Oh, there's a knot pulling up. Damn. Alright, so I picked the pliers up, and then I swapped my OEM rod from the stock master cylinder into the EM1. I guess it doesn't fit without swapping it over, just because this one's way too short, and when I would go to press the clutch pedal in, it only traveled about halfway, so I guess that's what that's about. Alright, so we got the master cylinder in, we got the slave cylinder in, we got the line ran. I'm actually bleeding the clutch right now. I'm trying out the vacuum pump that I have, just seeing if that will do a pretty good job. If not, I guess we'll go back and redo it, but I'll do the two-person method if it doesn't work out. Alright, so I got the clutch all bled. It does feel really nice compared to what it was before. Super smooth. We're gonna just take it out for a drive in a second and see how it shifts. I hope that fixed the whole shifting issue I had at the track. Alright, so I never really closed out the video last time. I just kind of wanted to test the master cylinder out for like a week or two, make sure everything was running right, and I'm really impressed with the hybrid racing one. It shifts really well. It's got like a real nice mechanical feel to it now compared to the other one. It was kind of like soft and cushy, but this one you can like actually feel the pedal a lot better. It's probably due to the braided line as well, but overall it works great. I can downshift really fast and just upshift really fast now, and it goes in the gear perfectly every single time, like no grinds or anything like that. So overall, really happy with it. Definitely recommend you to get one if you have the same issue. And thanks for watching, guys, and catch you all next time.